Welcome to day 4 and 5 of our multiplication and division unit. Our learning topic for both days will be division situations, equal shares. Let's read our daily objective. I can model and describe real-world division situations in which a set of objects is separated into equal shares. Let's learn our vocabulary for today. Equal shares. Equal shares are when all the groups have the same number of objects or the same quantity of a whole. For example, these two friends are sharing the same amount of lollipops equally with each other. Let's read this math story. Ashley shared 16 buttons equally among 8 friends. How many buttons did each friend receive? Here are our 16 buttons. What do we know? We know 16 is the total that needs to be shared. We know that 8 is the amount of friends to share the total equally. So 8 represents the groups. Since we have 8 friends, we can make 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To make sure we divide the buttons equally, we can pass out the buttons one at a time to each group until we have divided all 16 buttons. After dividing all 16 buttons equally, we found out that each friend received 2 buttons each. Let's conclude our solution. There are 16 buttons shared equally among 8 groups. I see that 16 buttons shared equally among 8 groups means that there are 2 buttons in each group. So in a complete sentence, our solution is that each friend received 2 buttons. Let's use what we know about equal shares, rows, and columns to model division stories. Sam lined up 15 toy cars equally into 3 rows. How many cars are there in each row? Take a look at the model. To divide the toy cars equally into 3 rows, we can place 1 at the beginning of each row, like a line leader. 2, 3. Then we can divide the rest of the toy cars by counting the rows one at a time until we have divided the total into equal rows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. After dividing the 15 toy cars equally into 3 rows, we learned that each row has 5 cars. Let's conclude our solution. I see that 15 cars shared equally into 3 rows means there are 5 cars in each row. So in a complete sentence, we can say there are 5 cars in each row. Now it's your turn. Represent the following math stories using counters such as beans or buttons. Then draw a pictorial model and answer the question. Complete the sentence frames below for each number story. Keep up the great work. You're doing great.